Western Digital has a new entrant in the lucrative market of powering hungry AI systems. The OpenFlex Data24 is a 24-drive NVMe SSD enclosure and supposed NVMe-over-Fabric RDMA access through RoCE. If you don't know what any of that means, then go ask your NVIDIA cluster manager, because that really is music to their ears. Per benchmarks supplied by Western Digital, the OpenFlex can read 54.56 gigabits per second and write 52.6 gigabits per second, which is atypical of systems having a so closely matched read and write speed. The solution has been promoted as a competitor to NetApp's ONTAP and BeeGFS arrays. Stephen, when we come to AI systems that are hungry for this much storage and performance, is Western Digital's array going to be one that a lot of people are going to want to take a look at?
Well, it's interesting because companies like Western Digital and Seagate that make the physical drives have, for the longest time, been involved also in making essentially easy storage arrays. This is a tried and tested market for these companies. And it can look on the face of it like this is a big competition with the OEMs that are using their drives in their own storage arrays. But frankly, I don't think that that's what this is. I think that Western Digital is essentially, you could think of this as being analogous to an SSD. I've often said that an SSD is actually a really small storage array. Well, this is just a really big, really small storage array. Essentially, Western Digital has put together a really nice, high performance, 24 drive enclosure to support AI workloads. And this is not intended to be a competitor, in my mind, for the mainstream storage arrays that companies like NetApp and Pure are selling, or the scalable things that you see from a VAST or a Weka. Instead, this is Western Digital putting together a product that is useful as sort of a component, a base level component in an AI stack rack scale architecture. And so if you look at it that way, it makes a lot of sense. Essentially, if you're building some kind of ultra high performance application, and AI is it right now, and you need high performance, high bandwidth, then you can just plug in one of these Western Digital devices and get GPU direct storage from it. If you're building a more flexible, scalable storage component as part of a bigger product, a bigger solution that supports other applications, well, then you're probably not going to be buying this. You're probably going to be looking to a company like NetApp or Pure that sells a really well-integrated, high-feature, high-function storage array. So to me, this makes a lot of sense that they would offer this. I think that there's definitely market demand to have a box to serve GPU direct data to GPU clusters. And it also makes a lot of sense to have it come from a company like Western Digital rather than a company like NetApp. So no, I don't see this as like a competing thing. I see this as sort of a something the market demanded, and Western Digital is meeting that market demand with a high performance big SSD.